Hi everybody, Chef Jill here from At the Table with Chef Jill, and I am so excited about today's episode. It is all about summer honey. We have got these local farms with the best produce, the best dairy, the best meats, all the things. So let's find a way to take your normal barbecues, your normal grill outs, your normal summer dinners, appetizers, all the things, elevate them, make them delicious. And I'm gonna start with the best appetizer. I want you to make this at home, please. Let me tell you what we're making here. First of all, I've got some strawberries here, some fresh strawberries. I don't know if you go strawberry picking, but my mother does, and she makes me jam, and it puts me in a good mood. So I got some fresh strawberries here, and I'm gonna drizzle them with a little bit of maple syrup. And what I'm doing here is I am making a crostini, an appetizer, a really beautiful appetizer that we're gonna be serving with a little goat cheese. But the problem with strawberries is they tend to be, they're flavorful. Are they the most exciting fruit? Not all the time, but now we're gonna roast them. Have you ever roasted a strawberry in your life? I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna toss them in that maple syrup, and I'm gonna get them onto a sheet pan, and I'm gonna get them in an oven, and we're gonna roast them down until they're jammy and absolutely delicious. Of course, I already have some ready to go for you here, so let me show you. Now, what I love about roasting strawberries is what you're doing is removing the water. So when you remove the water, look what happens here. They get soft, they get jammy, the water comes out of them, and therefore they are just this super concentrated berry here, and it's delicious. I accidentally forgot these two. We're gonna put those to the side. Didn't get them all. So I'm gonna get these back into the bowl and let them hang out for a minute. See how they're super smushy? That's what you're looking for. Now, if you felt like roasting strawberries, but you're not in the mood to make a crostini, let me tell you, there are so many uses for roasted strawberries. I muddle them into cocktails. I add them to strawberry shortcake for a beautiful depth of flavor. Get those all in here. Gorgeous. Now let me go ahead and add a little flavor, a little balsamic vinegar. Just like that. Deepen the flavor. Stir that up. Let these sit for a minute. Look at that. Now let's go ahead and make our sauce. So over here I have a log of goat cheese. Let's add that in there, along with 4 ounces of cream cheese. To this, I'm gonna add a little honey. Let's sweeten this up a little bit. And I'm also gonna add just a dash of heavy cream just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. And we're gonna whip this all together. All right, do your thing. And while that's working, I made some crostini. I just sliced up a little bit of French baguette. Slice it up, toast it up, whip this up. I see it needs a little bit more cream just to bring it all together. And now let's go ahead and add a little salt, little pepper. Now what I love about this appetizer, you're going out on the deck, you're going out on the boat, you're doing something entertaining. What I love about this, you can make this ahead of time, you can make this ahead of time, you can make this ahead of time, and all you have to do is assemble. So I'm gonna go ahead, do a little smear of my goat cheese on here. And if you're not a big goat cheese person, brie. Brie works fantastic. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get a little spoon, grab some of that balsamic berries. You can serve this warm or cold, right over the top. I'm gonna continue making these. I'll show you what these look like when we get back. And when we come back, I'm gonna teach you how to make the most wonderful bacon creamy corn dip. You're gonna love it. I'll meet you back here when all these are done. All right, before we get into our next recipe, I just have to show you how gorgeous these crostini are with the honey and the pepper and the salt and the goat cheese, but then you've got that sweet, jammy strawberries. You will not be disappointed if you make this. So, looking forward to eating all of those when I'm off camera. All right, so next, it's all about the corn dip. It's about the corn dip and the bacon. So I've got this gorgeous bacon from Pelkin's Smoky Meat. You can find them in Crivets or in Swamico. Their bacon is bar none. I get the thick cut stuff, and I sauteed it all up, and now I gotta add some stuff to it. I took the bacon out. I'm letting it drain on a little paper towel, and then I'm gonna add in some red onion. Do you hear that sizzle? Anytime you add anything to a saute pan, you need to hear a sizzle. If you don't hear a sizzle, take it back out, start over. Now, I've got some garlic on the side that I've been chopping up, but I'm also gonna throw down some jalapeno while that cooks up. Now, I want you to notice my knife. Isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she beautiful, this Wusthof knife? I got this at my favorite kitchen store, seasoned to taste. That is out in Swamico as well. It literally is the best kitchen store in Green Bay. My friend Catherine runs it. She's got these gorgeous knives, and what she told me yesterday, Wusthof has finally decided to come out with colors. And she showed me the colors, and there was this wild blueberry color, this dark navy blue that I will be definitely getting. But I love my white one too. So if you're needing a good knife, go see my girl over at Season to Taste in Swamico. All right, chopping up a jalapeno here because we want to add a little spice to this. So I'm going to go ahead and get my garlic and see if I can get it all over there. And my jalapeno all in here. Yes, hear that sizzle? It is my favorite sound in the world. People are always like, what's your favorite sound? Mine is my children laughing. Saute pan all the way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. It's all getting coated in that bacon fat. So that way it's adding a nice depth of flavor. Now, corn. Now you can obviously use frozen corn or canned corn if you want. I got some beautiful fresh corn from the farmer's market. I shucked it. It's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and add that in there. Let that start searing off as well. I'm going to increase the heat on this. I want a little color on that corn, but I will tell you, the corn in this state, man, I swear this is what got my husband to move from California to Wisconsin. I was smart. I brought him in the summertime, had fresh corn from the farmer's market. He made his decision then. Now, for this dip, I'm going to use two different cheeses from Wyowiga Star Dairy. I'm going to go ahead and use their Tex-Mex and their Monterey Jack. I have that on the side ready to go. I've also got a little cream cheese, a little sour cream, a little salt and pepper. This could not be easier. I'm going to bring this over and take a look while all of this is cooking down. You can see the color in there, the jalapeno starting to pop. If you're not crazy about spice, you do not need to add in that whole jalapeno, or just cut out some of the jalapeno. Cut out some of that white, the seeds in the middle. I'm going to stir in some softened cream cheese. I'm also going to stir in a little bit of sour cream. Let's go ahead and hit this. Some salt, kosher salt, nice and up high. Little pepper. I'm going to get a little cheese in here as well and let this all get melty over the stove. And when we come back, I'll show you how to finish this up. All right, before we move on to our next recipe, let's finish up this corn dip. Now it's all creamy and delicious. I'm going to add that bacon back in there. You can always save a little to sprinkle on the top as well, but that Pelkins bacon is so thick and delightful. I'm just going to go ahead and stir it in. Now, as always, you always want to give it a little taste. Make sure you like the seasoning. Yes, honey. I'm going to go ahead and get this in an oven. Let flavors combine. Let that all melt together. Now, for the next recipe, panzanella. If you've never had a panzanella salad before, let me take you to Italy. It is the most beautiful bread salad, which screams Jyll, because I'm not really a salad person. I don't really want to eat a big bowl of greens. It's just not my jam. I know it's everybody else's. I'm sorry. But a salad that's just bread and tomatoes and mozzarella, let's go. However, we're going to put a Midwest twist on this. So, how we're going to do that? We're going to still use the local produce, but we're going to get some beer brats going here from Pelkins, and then we're also going to do our Wyowiga Star Dairy. We're going to use some white cheese curds instead of the mozzarella, but we're going to go ahead and make a very traditional vinaigrette. First, we're going to go ahead and do some red wine vinegar. You are welcome to use balsamic as well. But I'm going to get some red wine vinegar in there. Don't forget you can find these recipes if you scan that lovely flow code, or you can also go to wearegreenbay.com to get these recipes. You can tell I'm really big on measuring. I just MITG, honey. I just make it taste good. MITG, that's all you want to do. Make it taste good. Make it, taste it, love it. You're in a good spot. Little Dijon mustard. Little olive oil. And while that olive oil is going in there, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some salt, some pep. Now, this is an absolutely lovely vinaigrette, as we're already speaking about it. Use it for any salad you want, but tossed with these veggies and the bread cubes. Oops, I'm making a mess. And the bread cubes, delightful. So I toasted up some bread, big chunks of bread cubes, whatever you like. Get them nice and crispy and toasty, because that's what's going to go ahead and soak up these flavors. I'm going to make a big bowl here. I'm going to not go crazy. We'll come back if I need them. Tomatoes from the farmer's market, get them in. Some garlic, get it in. Some thinly sliced cucumbers, delicious. So easily accessible at the local farmer's markets, grab those. Now I want to add a little shallot in here. A lot of times panzanella salads will have red onion. For me, I love a shallot. Shallots are a super, super mild onion, and I just give them a nice thin slice. And if you're not a big onion person, leave this part out. If you love onions, go ahead and add them in. But look at, these are just mild and delightful. Let me sprinkle these in. Add as many as you'd like. You can't mess this up. And then a couple more things here. We're going to toss this all together and let it sit for a few minutes so those bread cubes soak it all in. Let's go ahead and add in some fresh basil. I know a lot of you have gardens out there right now with basil overflowing. This is a wonderful way to use up that basil. Get that in there. Now we've got our brats off the grill. If you go to Pelkins, they have 5,000 kinds of brats. There are so many. Go crazy. Use what you want. But I'm going to go ahead and get these brats in here instead of doing like an Italian sausage or something. And then the last thing we're going to add to this is going to be the Wyowiga Star Dairy white cheddar curds, the cheese curds, because they've got such a great flavor. So this is just a wonderful way to take bratwurst that you eat all the time, and you're going to go ahead and add it into this salad. We're going to call it a salad. There's greens in here. There's cucumbers and tomatoes. I call that a salad. I'm one of those people every time, without fail, I will pick too small of a bowl. It is what it is. You're going to be able to see the colors. If I make a mess, that just means it's going to taste good. The messier it is, the better it's going to taste. Let's go ahead and get our Wyowiga Star Dairy cheese curds in here. And this salad, I'm telling you, you bring this to a barbecue, you put this on the side with some roasted corn on the cob, put this on the side of anything you want. It's going to be delicious, and those bread cubes are going to soak up that vinaigrette. I'm going to carefully toss all of this together, get it in a beautiful bowl. I'll show it to you when we come back. All right, so I was smart and transferred to a larger bowl because I picked way too small of a bowl. Look at this salad and tell me you don't want to eat this sitting outside with a beautiful glass of white wine. We've got the Pelkins brats, we got the Wyowiga Star Dairy cheese curds, but the fresh tomatoes and the basil and then the garlic and the vinaigrette. This is delicious. It's so good. I'm going to set this to the side. Start you on our shrimp rolls. Everybody loves a lobster roll. Everybody loves a lobster roll. Sometimes lobster, not the easiest thing to find around here, but shrimp is easy to find. So let's get that started right away. Over here, now go ahead and make these on the grill if you want to, but I'm gonna go ahead and give these a quick boil. In my water here, I have a quartered lemon in there, and I'm gonna add a little Old Bay seasoning. I always like to season up my water. And I'm just gonna throw some medium shrimp in there. Use whatever size you like. I'm gonna go ahead and toss those in. They'll take about 3 minutes or so. I'm gonna give them a little stir. They are deveined, they have no shell on them. They're just good old shrimp. And what I love is frozen shrimp is fine. Get the frozen shrimp. Frozen shrimp actually is fresher than the stuff you see in the deli case. The deli case has probably been sitting there for a day or two, maybe up to 3 days. The frozen, fresh frozen, just use the frozen. It's totally fine. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get a few things ready for our rolls here. Now, the first thing, let's get some crunch in these rolls. So I'm gonna go ahead, chop up some thin slices of celery. Now, you can serve this 2 ways. I'm doing it today as a gluten-free dish, because sometimes barbecues, outside activities, when you wanna go out to eat, it's hard to find some gluten-free stuff. Everything is burgers and brats and all the things. So I'm actually gonna make these in lettuce cups, but these are delicious in little potato rolls, like you would a lobster roll. So do both. Do it however you want. So I got my celery here. I'm gonna chop up some fresh herbs. I've got some chives. Again, if your garden is rolling, now's the time. I love a buttery lobster roll. It puts me in the best mood. We don't have enough of them in this town. There's a couple restaurants that do really good lobster rolls around here, but shrimp rolls are an easy way to go ahead and get kind of the same feeling at your house. And then I've got tarragon. This is my secret ingredient. Tarragon, it smells like licorice. Don't let that scare you. A lot of people get freaked out about licorice. It adds this beautiful flavor, these soft leaves we're gonna chop up, and it adds this beautiful flavor that people can't quite pinpoint. They eat the shrimp roll or a lobster roll. I always add it into the mayo mixture, and people are always saying how wonderful it is, but they can't figure out why. Tarragon, secret ingredient. And don't just use it in lobster rolls. These are wonderful in salad dressings and marinades and all the things. So I get a few fresh leaves of this tarragon here. Don't use the stem, just kind of pick off the leaves. And I'm gonna give that a nice little choppy chop. Now don't forget, you can find these recipes on wearegreenbay.com, or just go ahead and scan that flow code. Now, in my bowl here, I've got some mayo. I'm gonna add some citrus. Look at this fun citrus squeezer I just got at Season to Taste. I love it because it's flat. My citrus squeezer at home is not flat. And then Catherine pointed this out the other day. Thought it was so cool. Gets all the juice out. I'm gonna start with about a half a lemon here. And I'm gonna add in my celery, my chives, my tarragon, all the things, just like that. A little salt and pep. Give these a good stir. Then all those flavors combine, and then we're gonna toss this shrimp, which is probably just about cooked. Let's go take a look at it. Let's go see. You're looking for pink, you're looking for curled. That is beautiful. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead, strain them off, get them right into some ice. We need to cool these down. Now again, what I love about this recipe, go ahead and make this a day or two ahead of time. Keep those shrimp chilled, and you can go ahead and toss it with the sauce right before you need it. There we go, toss that with the ice. Now these shrimp are small enough that I'm gonna go ahead and leave them whole and toss them with our sauce. And when I do that, once these cool down a little bit, they're just gonna fit perfectly in these cups. If you've never been together on Broadway before, I highly encourage you to take a look at our website or socials, because we are an event venue dedicated to making every event special and memorable. And we are known for incredible weddings and corporate events, along with amazing public events. But did you know that we also offer corporate off-site catering, along with private cooking classes? You can contact Gather for more information on all of our catering options. And if you want me to cater for your event, just reach out and I'd love to talk to you about it. All right, so now look how beautiful this is. We gotta taste it, see how we feel about it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that tarragon makes it so delicious. All right, next steps. Chill that in your fridge till you need it, if you want, or just eat it right away like I'm gonna do. So here's what I do. I love to get the Bib Boston lettuce. See how it comes? It comes growing, it's fresh, and all you do is just tear off little lettuce cups. And this is delicious for a very light appetizer or a light lunch, or any of your friends who are gluten-free. It's fabulous. But like I said, if you wanna stuff a little potato roll, honey, you stuff a little potato roll. And I'm gonna go ahead, just get it in there. Chilled, delicious. If you wanna add a little extra chive over the top of this, I highly recommend it. Hit it with a little lemon zest if you want to. All the things. And when you come back here, I got one more trick for you. It's a grilling trick. I know I wasn't able to show you anything grilling here today, but I have a trick that's going to change your life. It's gonna change how you grill burgers, steaks, pork tenderloin. So maybe back here, I'm gonna show you my favorite grilling trick. All right, my final tip, trick that you need to know. First, go get yourself a squirt bottle at Season to Taste. You need a squirt bottle. In here, I have a cup of Worcestershire sauce. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but what makes Worcestershire sauce so delicious is anchovies. It adds a salty umami flavor that makes all of your grilling food taste amazing. So in my bottle here, my squirt bottle, I have the Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna add in a little crushed garlic. Don't chop it up, just crush it. We don't want it to clog the end here. So we're gonna add that in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add in just whole sprigs of rosemary. A lot of people have gardens right now. We talked about this. Who here has a garden where everything has taken over? My mom planted a little bit of fresh thyme. It's like a football field at this point. Use your neighbor's garden. Sneak in if you need to. Not that I've ever done that. Fresh thyme in here, rosemary, garlic, that's it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep this in your fridge for a couple weeks. It'll last a couple weeks. And when you're making your steaks, your burgers, all you're gonna do, you squirt them just once or twice on each side. This imparts this gorgeous herby umami flavor. Don't tell anybody your secret. They're just gonna think you make the best food. Speaking of the best food, look how we elevated this summer menu, this summer sizzle. We're talking about our corn dip here. I got some chips because I'm digging in. All that bacon and fresh corn is so delicious. We've got our cool and refreshing creamy shrimp rolls right here. The roasted strawberries with that goat cheese. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. And I think this one's my favorite, the panzanella. All the fresh ingredients, plus the brats, plus that bread that soaked up the vinaigrette. This is so delicious. I would like to thank my very special sponsors, Gather on Broadway, Season to Taste, Pelican Smoky Meat, and Waiawega Star Dairy. And don't forget to look at the gorgeous florals behind me from Pedal Pusher. Thank you for being part of this show. I am so excited to dig into all of this. Thank you for bringing my food to your table. Thanks for joining me at the table.